What is going on YouTube? Luke here with Clean Automotive Detailing. I've done a couple videos in the last couple weeks, so I thought it was time to make a little intro video to kind of show you guys what I'm all about. And what better way to do that than give you a brief history of Luke. I am Luke Elston. I started Clean Automotive Detailing about 2.5 years ago, just kind of as a side hustle. I've been a car guy for pretty much ever. My second birthday cake had cars on it, and car culture has pretty much been a prominent part of my life ever since. I started out like a lot of detailers do. I cleaned my parents' cars, I cleaned neighbors' cars. I did it during the summers in high school just to kind of make a little bit of extra spending cash. And I was probably 15, I think, when I really started getting interested in it. It was one of those things that, you know, some of my friends did too, but I always found myself just going way more into detail. And at that point, I was really focusing on interiors more than anything else. I think finding the nooks and crannies and all the unnoticeable things was just really cool. And just coming to the realization that all those little things are what kind of added up to make the project pop. It kind of gave it, you know, finding that extra 5% or whatever on a job is just really what got me interested in it in the first place and kind of got me hooked. And I kept going with a little bit after high school. I continued to clean my cars and friends' cars if they needed it, but from a business perspective, I didn't really pursue it that much. And about 2.5 years ago, my wife and I found out we were expecting. And we were just kind of looking at different avenues, you know, trying to find out ways that we could make a little bit extra money. And my wife came up to me and she was like, well, why don't you start detailing again? And I was like, babe, that's a really good idea. You are so smart and brilliant. And she was like, yeah, I know. So that weekend, I bought a vacuum and I scrounged up what detailing supplies I had at the time, which was minimal. And I put a Facebook post out just asking if anyone wanted a very heavily discounted detail for a little bit of PR. And that got me about 3 or 4 people, and from there it's just kind of been references. And you know, I've advertised on Nextdoor and Facebook and Instagram and things like that, and that's just kind of carried me to where I am today. I'm still working on a client list. I've got some clients that I really love, and I just love what I do. I am still doing this part-time, mostly on the weekends, because I do have a full-time job. But to be completely honest, I think that that's a really big advantage for me. I mean, I have a regular paycheck coming in each week, so I can kind of handpick my clients. And I think if any of you guys are thinking about starting a detailing business kind of on the side, go for it. I mean, it can be an absolute goldmine if you kind of play your cards right and, you know, are able to handpick your clients and be able to, you know, turn away some of the jobs that maybe you don't want to do. And I do think that everybody's kind of got to start out with those $100 full details to, you know, number one, get your name out there, and number two, I don't know what number 2 is, actually. I had it written down here somewhere. Number 2, to just be able to build your equipment, build your arsenal. Detailing equipment is not cheap, let me tell you. So that is the SparkNotes version of how I got started in the detailing industry, and I love it. The inspiration for this video came from just a bunch of different avenues. Mostly from YouTube detailers. I mean, I can't tell you how many hundreds and hundreds of hours I've watched on YouTube. I mean, it's gotten to the point where my wife will be watching a video with me and she'll go, that polish on that finish, come on! God, I love her. Another big inspiration for this channel came from the Auto Detailing podcast with Jimbo Balaam. I have listened to pretty much all of the episodes several times. It's getting to the point where it's probably verging on creepy a little bit, but there's just such a wealth of information there. If you are trying to get into this, check out the Auto Detailing podcast and keep looking at YouTube videos. At first, I really just wanted to do the time-lapse videos kind of in hopes that they would be, you know, just something satisfying to watch. I mean, you know, you've seen the satisfying 10-hour compilation videos of highly skilled trained workers. And that was kind of my main focal point, but I did do a product review a couple days ago, and I just had so much fun with it. I swear, this stuff is like a drug. It's addicting. Once you do one, you want to do more. So I definitely think I'm going to keep rolling with the time-lapse videos. I think that they're just kind of fun to watch myself, so I'm gonna keep doing it. And I think I'm going to keep going with the product reviews, and, you know, hopefully at some point I'll be able to bring you guys in on some pretty neat cars. I've worked on some pretty cool cars in the past, and I'm really bummed that I didn't get to videotape them. And I wanted to make one point, and that is that I realize that there are absolutely no shortages of YouTube detailers, and I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing for me. I mean, let's be honest, like, we've all got that one YouTuber that you just can't stand. And every time they put something on, you're like, I'm not watching this. But on the other side of that, there's those YouTubers that you are watching them and you're like, yeah, we'd get along. And if I'm being realistic with myself, I'm probably gonna be both of those YouTubers to different people, and that's okay. That is what's so cool about some modern media like this. I don't have to fill a void. I don't have to do, you know, something that nobody else is doing. I just have to get some of you to find my information and experience a little bit useful or at least somewhat entertaining. And I think the biggest thing for me is I just want to give back. I've just learned so much from people like Jimbo and from the detailers on YouTube that, you know, I'm hoping that I can kind of bring a different perspective to the scene and maybe help some of you guys out along the way. Night. I guess in a sense, that was the inspiration for this channel right there. Anyways, I hope that kind of sets the stage for what this channel is going to be like and what my videos are going to be about. Side note, I've said before in a video that I've never really worked in front of a camera, and this is all very new to me, and it is definitely really awkward sitting here in my garage talking to my phone. But I think with some practice and some time, I think we could really have something here. I mean, it's no different than talking to the voices in my head. Right, guys? They do too, like it. Shut up! Anyways, that's all I got for this video. I hope it's at least piqued your interest into kind of the future of what this might be like. If you liked it, please leave a like down in the, that's a thing YouTubers do. I won't do that. But please do subscribe. And I will see you guys here next week.